some of our clients that we work with. Okay, now let's take some ground rules. The first one is your device, whether your phone or your laptop or your pad, should remain. Mute your line if you are not speaking. To ask a question or make contribution, please type it into the chat box or the comment section. You can test it now. So can we all go there? Put your name and tell us where you are joining from. Go to the comment section, put your name, tell us where you are joining. I will do same here right now. Put your name and tell us where you are joining from. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Adeleke. Thank you, Chiamaka. Thank you, Emily. Thank you. Wow, 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 wow. All over the place. Thank you, Bridget. Good. I have to also type mine. Ivo Orieru. I am joining in from Lagos. Great. Thank you. Also, please actively participate, but avoid distractions, because an African proverb says a hunter that chases two animals at the same time will not be able to catch any. We are here to catch this webinar on taxation. We will have a 90 minutes presentation. Thereafter, we have 30 minutes for questions and answers, contributions, and comments. So follow me on this journey. Also, whatever amazing thing you see, anytime you feel happy, anytime you feel that something fantastic is mentioned, please feel free to go and say so in the comment section. Okay, and whatever emojis that you know can ginger us up, go ahead and do that. Can we have some fire emojis? Can we have some great fire emojis? And if you have any friend that wants to join, if you cannot join now, you should tell them they can join from YouTube. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, I've introduced myself, and we will go straight to the forms that many of us filled. And in that form, you also stated your expectations. So, in that, what I'm going to do now is to take a summary of expectations, because if I ask every one of us to introduce ourselves, time will just fly away. Thank you for those of us who have introduced ourselves at the comment section. Right now, I want you to pay attention to the next slide, which is a review of the comments or the expectations from you guys. If you remember in the Google form you fill, one of the questions we asked was, what are your business growth challenges? What are your business growth challenges? And from a review of about 200 and something, I think about 214 or so forms, this is the analysis we got. 185 says that their number one business challenge is tax filing and compliance. Issues of annual returns, preventing penalties. 143 said their challenge is that of bookkeeping and record keeping, issues of daily transactions, receipts, deductions, expense tracking. 136 said it is financial planning, cash flow management, etc. 121 said their challenge is understanding government policies. 88 said their challenge is payroll, payee remittances, issues around staff, tax, pension, payee setup. Then the list was those who are yet to register their company or who do not have their company well structured. That was 58. So based on this, we tailored the training to actually address the major issues of what you need to do to make sure that you pay less tax, filing, you avoid paying penalties, then also around the tax reforms, the incentives, your rights, etc. So this guided us to a large extent of the things that we are going to do. Let me make you this promise. And the promise is this. After tonight, you will never see tax the same way again. After tonight, you will never see tax the same way again. Not because Nigeria suddenly became easier, but because knowledge has removed fear from you about tax. And when fear disappears, what happens? Confidence will rise. And your money will stay with you. So I'm promising you that after now, if you listen to this and you take time to review and absorb the things we are going to discuss, my promise is that you will stop being vulnerable to some people who will charge you so much for things you're supposed to do for free. I give an example. A friend of mine reached out to me and said, hey, they needed a team, and he called, I think his wife called somebody, and the person said, you bring 10,000 naira, it will help him to get a team. Then he told his wife, hold on, Igo is our friend. Now, Igo is a taxman. Igo, 10,000 to get a team. I said, what do you mean? Hold on, I will send you a link now, and in less than 5 minutes, on your own, you will get your own team as long as you have a BVN. And voila, that was it. 10,000 naira saved. My promise is that with the exposures you are going to have today, you will stop being vulnerable to such people. And I also want to get an answer to this question. If you can read this question, let me see your answer. Would you like to keep more money, keep more of the money you earn, or you just want to throw them away in 2026? Let me see your answer. Is it a yes or a no? Do you want to keep more money? Oh, yes, 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 yes. Keep more money. Wariman say, not be bridge, we can't look for Lagos. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Of course, the answer is yes, yes, and yes. So whoever you are today, because you have said yes and you are listening to me, whether you are a salary earner, whether you are a business owner, whether you are a freelancer, whether you are a hustler, as long as you are a Nigerian who wants to keep more money, you are in the right place. Because life here is already expensive. So why throw away money anyhow? Also, if you are not smart with your finances, Nigeria can humble you. So this webinar is for you, and by the grace of God, you will not throw your money away anyhow. Rather, you will keep more money. I'm talking like a pastor. You can say amen to that. Okay, so we have 5 major objectives to drive home our points today. 5 major objectives. At the end of this presentation, you will be able to explain clearly the 4 new tax acts: the Nigerian Tax Authority, the Nigerian Tax Administrative Act. Sorry, I say Nigeria. Yes, the Nigerian Tax Act. So I know the Nigerian Tax Authority, Nigerian Tax Act, the Nigerian Tax Administrative Act, the Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Act, and the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Act. That is the first thing. Then you'll be able to list the mistakes that make Nigerians overpay tax. You say you need more money, so we'll go straight and deal with those mistakes that will make you not to overpay tax. So you can comply, you can follow the compliance policies and avoid penalties. Then after that, we will discuss how you can save thousands of money of Naira in 2026 and beyond legally by reducing your tax burden. Then we will also be able to share with you how you can utilize the new taxpayers' rights and dispute mechanisms. Some of your rights that are yours in the law that you do not know how you can use them. Then we will wrap up with how you can prepare practical next steps as we step into 2026. Remember, pay attention, ask your questions, make your comments, make your contributions. We are all here to learn together. Even myself, Ego, that is making this presentation, I am a learning person, because the day you stop learning, that person is dead. Okay. But before we dive deeper, anywhere I am making presentation on taxation, I always like to remind people what we are talking about, and that is tax. Tax can be defined as a compulsory yet non-penal payment made by individuals, business firms, or government institutions to the government at intervals for which no direct benefit is received. Tax is an imposition by the government on persons, on properties, on income, on commodities, on transactions, and the like, to provide for general public goods and services. To provide for general public goods and services. Take note of that. Public goods and services. That is what tax is meant for. According to the National Tax Policy, tax is any compulsory payment to government imposed by law without direct benefit or return of value or a service, whether it is called a tax or not. And the act of collecting this tax, the process of collecting this tax, is what we call taxation. I just want to remind us and clear this for us. And also, when somebody tells you just pay a fee, maybe a child school fees, and that you have paid tax, no, this is not a tax. Or you pay rate, it's not a tax. Rate is payment based on the rateable value of an occupied property. Or you pay a fine, it's not a tax, because fine is a payment in lieu of imprisonment or any other such penalty. Or if you pay penalty, it is payment to government for failure to meet stipulated time or an action. Or maybe you drove one way and last man caught you in Lagos and they fine you, or they charge you a penalty and you pay. That is not tax. Or you pay user charge for private use, money paid for consumption or enjoyment of goods, services. That is not tax. Or if you donate something, that is not tax. Donation is not tax. Like I always jokingly say, if your name is Donatus and you are donating, well, it is your free will donation or gift. That is not tax. Or if your goods were confiscated, government seizes your goods, that is not tax. Pay rent is not tax. Or you bought a beautiful Lamborghini. The law requires that you should register it. So you pay the payment for that permit or that certification or that accreditation is not tax. So I always like to clarify this so that we know what we are talking about. Okay. So that of the way, let's look at the first major objective. Overview of the 2025 Tax Act. I want to tell you that Nigeria's most comprehensive reform in decades produced these 4 interlocking tax laws signed on June 26, 2025. I'm not a politician, but I'm telling you the truth the way it is. Okay? So the 4 Tax Reform Acts, like I mentioned before, the first one is the Nigerian Tax Act 2025. The second is the Nigerian Tax Administration Act 2025. The third is the Nigerian Revenue Service 25. The fourth is the Joint Revenue Board Act 2025. Let me share more light on each of them. So the first I want to look at is the Nigerian Tax Act, NTA, not the Nigerian Television Authority, the Nigerian Tax Act. Okay, this act consolidates most of the other different tax laws into one, like the company income tax, the personal income tax, value added tax, capital gains tax, stamp duty act, and many other laws. About 14 or more different tax laws are now put together in one. This law also reduces taxes and scraps what we call nuisance taxes. So it's not just bringing all the old laws together. They want the things that are not relevant were also scrapped and reduced. This tax introduces 4% development levy, replacing the tertiary education tax, replacing information technology tax, replacing National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI tax, replacing police levies. All of those ones that normally charge limited liability companies, now they are no more. They just charge you 4% development levy to replace all of this. These are part of the type of taxes we call the nuisance tax. They are no more there. Then this law aligns capital gains tax with company income tax. Whether you are paying capital gain or you are paying company income tax is now 30%. This law also exempts small firms. If your turnover in a year is equals to 100 million or less than 100 million, or if your total asset is within the range of 250 million, you won't pay company income tax, you won't pay capital gains tax, you won't pay development levy. This act also introduces 15% minimum tax rule for large multinational groups. So if you're a multinational company and you do a lot of tax planning, a lot of transfer pricing, at the end, if the tax you declare is not up to 15%, they'll cap it up to 15%. And it also introduced equity. If you are a low income earner, that is in the whole year, if your income is less than 800,000, you won't pay any tax at all. In fact, what the law even says is that it is even more than that. If you earn up to like 1.2 million, you will not pay tax, because by the time we remove all the allowances and deductions, it will fall below 800,000, and the first 800,000 is tax free. So what the law really means is that for those whose income is within the range of 1.2 million in a year, that is, for example, if you are a salary earner and you are earning about 100,000 every month, by the time you compute your taxes, you will fall within this bracket and you will not pay anything. It also brought fairness. That is, small businesses and low income earners, they get a lot of relief. Then those who are wealthy, they contribute more. I want to be so wealthy to contribute more because it is sweeter at the top. And it brought a lot of simplification. So it is just one tax law, one source of truth, and you're not looking for different tax laws and confusing anyone. So that is about the Nigerian Tax Act. Okay. The next is the Nigerian Tax Administration Act. This standardizes the administration across all taxes. It deals with how we pay tax. So the first one, Nigerian Tax Act, is what to pay. Then the Nigerian Tax Administration Act is how to pay. It introduces a unified digital system, that is one taxpayer portal. That is, you will have one tax ID. Let me quickly say here, there's nothing to bother about. If you already have your team, or you already have your payer ID if you are in Lagos State as an individual, or team for your business, you are fine. This one ID will be what will be done by the Joint Revenue Board. You don't need to bother yourself. They will synchronize it, just like the way banks synchronize your number to mobile numbers, the same way, nothing to panic about. Now, the NTAA now talks about monthly returns for petroleum, for mining, for shipping, and airlines. NTA also reports that banks must report transactions above 25 million for individuals or above 100 million for companies. Banks are to report. Banks are not charging you anything. Nobody is taxing you anything. They're only reporting, and the taxman is only observing, so that by the time you self-assess at the end of the year, what you see is your total income. They will mirror it with what has been reported, and once everything is fine, you are cool. So there is no cause for alarm. The Nigerian Tax Administration Act, NTA, also mandates e-invoicing, e-filing, e-payment, and VAT automation. Everything is going automated. I think last week, for almost the whole of last week, if you are conversant with FIROS, their systems were shut down because they are upgrading, preparing for 2026. Also, there's now heavier penalties for non-compliance. So you don't need to wait for you to be followed after the taxman. Taxman will not follow you again. Everything is automated, and don't let them come and begin to penalize you because penalties are heavier, compliance are easier. So once you comply, no penalty. So in short, NTAA is modern, efficient, citizen-friendly tax administration, digital democracy in action. Then the third is the Nigeria Revenue Service Act. This replaces Federal Inland Revenue Service. So from January 2026, which is from next month, there will be no more FIRS. What we'll have is NRS. It is a one unified national collector. What that means is that other government parastatals, they will be accountable to the government through one channel. That channel is NRS, Nigerian Revenue Service. Some people say that all those government parastatals will be shut down. Nothing like that. Just the reporting system. Even in the public, to the public, nobody will know what is going on. Just their reporting system that would have changed. Okay. So NRS is a game changer for accountability and trust for several other federal government revenue collecting agencies. NRS will also now work like a big brother to local governments and even states. They will help them in collection if they reach out to them. So it is not NRS working in silo. It's not like a big brother. It will give support to any of those that needed support. Interesting thing is that NRS will now be keeping 4% of their collections for operations. So there will be so much resources for them so that nothing will stop their operation. It will be more service-oriented. It will now have more service-oriented approach with better funding and capacity. That is about NRS. So the last one is the JROBA, Joint Revenue Board Act. Before it used to be Joint Revenue Board. Now we have Joint Revenue Board Act. This harmonizes both federal, state, and local tax practices. It creates Joint Revenue Board to resolve disputes. Establishes Office of the Tax Ombudsman for taxpayer protection. And this is the first time in the history of Nigeria where we have Office of the Tax Ombudsman. The Tax Ombudsman officer is Dr. Wambwezi. He was appointed about a month ago. So things are falling in shape. He's there to stand to protect you, his taxpayer. He's not there for the taxman. Also, the Joint Revenue Board Act strengthens the Tax Appeal Tribunal for faster dispute resolution. Also, JROBA standardizes rules, harmonizes databases, and manages taxpayer dispute through Tax Appeal Tribunal and the Tax Ombudsman Office. Also, what is the result? It will lead to less friction, less double taxation, more collaboration, and a unified national tax family. Not when you meet a local government person, you talk about tax, you say, we are the person in charge. State, we are the one in charge. Federal, no. Everybody will now work together as one unified national tax family. And the agency that will make it possible is the Joint Revenue Board Act. Okay. What about the implementation timelines? The 4 bills were signed into law June 26, 2025. The acts were signed. The Nigerian Tax Act and the Nigerian Tax Administration Act are set to take effect from 1st of January 2026, where full implementation will begin. But the Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Act and the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Act commenced earlier. It has commenced from the day it was signed into law to ensure institutional readiness. So NRS is fully operational, JROB is fully operational, because between that June until end of January, they are to fully get set for full implementation from January 1, 2026. So the rest of 2025, like we are in now, is period for transition, for awareness, for planning, and systems upgrade. 2026 onward, a lot of tax businesses will be e-invoicing, will be rolling out new monthly filing obligations. The tax ombudsman office will take full effect. The tax appeal tribunal will also become operational. Then January 1, 2028, that will be the end of free zone exemptions for sales into Nigeria. So those people in free trade zone, they still have a lot of exemptions from up until 2027 December. After that, nothing like that anymore. And beyond 2028, continuous harmonization, update, and improvement. Okay, thank you. So one overall objective, according to Taiwo Oyedele, the chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reform Committee, said one overall objective of all of this is to improve the well-being, the livelihood of the Nigerian people, and to guarantee a sustainable fiscal future for our country. Now we can raise up our head and speak among nations. You know, up until this time, Rwanda, a small country that is not as big as Lagos, they are far in terms of modern taxation than Nigeria. But never again. We have come of age, and again, our peculiarity were taken into consideration. Previous laws, previous tax system was taxing the poor more than those who have. The poor is not being considered. The low income earner is not being considered. So it is to improve the well-being of the livelihood of the Nigerian people, and to also guarantee a sustainable fiscal future for our country. That is the main objective. Okay, so I think we have covered the primary objective. We are moving on. Now, I want you to sit up and listen to this. 7 biggest tax mistakes Nigerians made and how to fix them. How to fix them. That is what I want us to begin to look at now. Okay. The mistake number 1. In fact, before I even talk about the mistake number 1, I want you to know that most of us in Nigeria, we don't have tax problems. So what most of us have is information problem. Or some of us have processing problem. Some of us have tax planning problem. And some of us have documentation problems. Often, the challenge with tax is not because you are careless. No. It is because most of us don't even know how to do it correctly. That is why we want to look at these 7 biggest mistakes that a lot of us do make and how we can correct it ourselves. And when you don't know what to do, you either overpay or you get punished. Remember the example of my friend who would have just thrown away 10,000 naira for what he can just do right there in his phone or in his laptop. So tonight, with these 7 biggest mistakes exposed and how we can fix them, I'm sure the end that circle of having problems with taxation by God's grace will come to an end. So what are the mistakes that I have found out? Mistake number 1 is paying tax on all your income. It is wrong to pay tax on all your income, all your total income. The right thing is to pay tax on your profit. If you are a business owner, if you are self-employed, even as an employee, please verify with what the accounts or admin or HR or your tax manager is doing. If you have life insurance, submit your premium and make sure that it is used to give you relief. Now there is house rent allowance. As long as you have your receipt and your tenancy agreement, submit it and check. It is part of your right. Don't let them bamboozle and say, hey, are you doubting me that I don't know what to do? Say, no, let me just see how you are computed, so that you don't pay everything from your income. If you run a business or a side also, you must subtract all your expenses first. You are going for a conference that's relevant to your business and they give you receipt. That one is tax deductible. You are paying rent in the name of the company. That is tax deductible. You bought fuel in your car and you are going for business. That is tax deductible. You pay yourself salary from your company. It is that deductible in your company. Then you pay income tax on your individual. So we must begin to know all of that. This single discipline of not saying, I am tired, I will just let them just take anything. This single discipline, my brothers, my sisters, can change a lot for you and save you massively a lot of money. Just take that discipline of making sure that every other expense that's supposed to be deducted, let it be deducted. Then you must begin to keep those records so that you don't just allow the taxman just charge your total income. No. Mistake number 2, not claiming the deductions, which is similar to mistake number 1. There are a lot of legally allowable deductions, but most Nigerians just ignore them. Like the example I've given before, transportation, rent. Even when you are buying data, you know, your Wi-Fi and the rest in the office, keep your receipts. It is deductible. You bought a laptop for your organization or for yourself. It is tax deductible. It's your working tool. You pay for subscription to your professional body. It's tax deductible. You did training, tax deductible. Every expense that you use in running that your business or that your consultants, whatever it is you're doing, they are tax deductible. If you don't claim the deductions, you are just gifting the government free money. Government will not come and remind you to claim it, claim it yourself. Your deductions are your rights, my brothers, my sisters. Claim them. If I can shout it from the mountaintop, I will shout it. Claim them every month, every year. Claim them. That is mistake number 2. Then mistake number 3, they are also reliefs. No, relief is, for example, you have Panadol. If you take it and you're having a headache, the headache will go. So relief is tied to deduction. Relief is the things that will bring about caution, that will reduce your tax the more. You claim at those regular deductions, you relieve at least like contributory pension. So in fact, somebody was asking me, how can he, I think he's a CEO, was asking, how can he help his staff to pay less tax? I said, also bring them to under the umbrella of relief. So the office can introduce contributory pension. So whatever contributory pension they are making every month, they will not pay. Or maybe you also have the National Housing Fund, you will not pay. Or like I mentioned before, life assurance, you can claim on yourself, you can claim on your spouse. It will bring down your tax again. Or you have the National Health Insurance Scheme. All of this will also bring your tax down, have any of these reliefs, also put them forward to reduce your tax. So you reduce with your deductions, you reduce with your relief. Because if you don't know them, you'll be losing money every year. So take advantage of these reliefs. Remember, I mentioned things like life assurance, contributory pension, national health insurance scheme, national housing fund. These are automatic reliefs for you to reduce your tax. So take note of them. Number 4 is what Yoruba man calls pataki. Pataki, not keeping records. You cannot defend your deductions. You cannot defend your reliefs. You cannot challenge wrong assessment if you do not have records. In fact, to the taxman, information is a stock in trade. So one discipline we must take from here today is ability to keep records. Never be tired of it. In your phone or in your file, keep records and keep track of them. Without your records, you cannot calculate properly. Without your record, when you see the taxman, you begin to panic. But when you have your evidence, nobody will come and do best of judgment. Because the taxman, if you leave to the taxman, he will not assess you less, he will assess you more. Let me be blunt here. If you don't have evidences to support your claims, you will lose the argument. The taxman will not listen to you, but with evidence, you beat him hands down. So please, as we prepare for 2026, please keep your records very, very well and use them to reduce your tax burden. Mistake number 5, not filing on time. Filing late leads to penalty, leads to interest, leads to threat letters, leads to investigation, leads to threat, leads to fear. And now with everything being automated, the fine will just come straight to you. So for company owners that are here, between January 1 and 31st, you do your Form H1. That is, you file in for all the payee for your staff for the previous year. As individual, the timeline is by 31st of March. Don't wait till 31st of March. From January 1, begin to put your things together before even February. Go and submit. Go and submit. Don't wait till I'm shouting this from the mountaintop, because as long as you have a tax number, you have your BVN, penalty can just slam on you. You will not know. So arrange to remember for individuals up to 31st of March. The law says 90 days. For companies payee, it is 31st January. Then if it is for your company, limited liability, you know what to do with FRS or NRS, that is June. Then if your business is remitting VAT, you know VAT should be remitted 21st day of the following month. If you are paid, deducting pay and remitting to the taxman 10 days into the new month, you should also send your deductions to the taxman. Take note of this, because if you miss deadline, the system will automatically apply penalty. Everything is being automated, so nobody will chase you. Just those of you in Lagos, you know what it is now. If you commit an offense where you have all these cameras, they will just snap your car and send you your bill. So those automations are also coming into the tax system. But when you file in properly and everything going seamlessly, nobody is going to send you any penalty. Okay? It is very important you do this. Filing early is the cheapest way to avoid problems. So file early. Let's Let's avoid the last-minute.com syndrome of Nigerians. No, 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 no. It doesn't pay. It won't pay. It won't pay. It won't pay. Okay. Mistake number 6, missing personal and business money. When you mix the money, you will miscalculate your profit. You will overpay tax. You will lose deductions. You will even be afraid of audits. Confusion will come in. Your business must have its own account, please. Your business must have its own account. Your personal money must also stay separate. When you miss them, you cannot calculate the correct taxable amount. And gone are the days where you become the big brother, big sister. Every contribution from village, every contribution from brothers abroad, everybody will be transferring the money to you. Without proper narration, might be difficult for you to defend if those ones are not your income. Okay? So don't mix them up. Company, company. Personal, personal. Pay yourself salary. Let the deduction show in your company account and let the credit come to your personal account. Please, let's do that. Because if you do not, when you mix them up, you will not be able to calculate. And when you can't calculate correctly, you overpay. Like I said, the taxman will not on its own sit down and say, let me see how I can reduce your tax for you. No, no. Then number 7, blindly trusting consultants. Consultants are not the problem. Consultants are not the problem. Many taxpayers are not even updated. That's why I celebrate you for joining this call. I celebrate you, honestly. I celebrate you. Many taxpayers, they are not updated. Many, they just do guesswork. Many don't even know anything about the tax act, the 2025 tax act. Many are overcharged and they only just complain. When you don't understand tax basics, people will exploit you. So that is why I am happy that you are here. When you understand the basics, nobody can cheat you again. And the good news is, all these 7 mistakes, they are easy fixed, like I've explained them even as we are going on. And once you fix them, you reduce your tax, you avoid penalty, you sleep peacefully, you keep more money, you gain confidence, you stop fearing the system. Okay. So before I go to now also show us how we can save more money, are you still there? Are you here with me? If you are here with me, let me see your sign. Yes. Can I see that? Are you here with me? Are you gaining some things? Thank you, Ede. Is it only Ede that is here? Who else is here with me? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Now let's move on. I've seen some of your questions, but we'll soon get to questions and answers soon. I told you I have 90 minutes to do this, so very soon we'll get to your questions. Now let's move on. How to save thousands in 2026 by legally reducing your tax burden. How to thousands in 2026 by legally reducing your tax bill. Tax savings are not accidental. They are outcomes of structures. They are outcomes of decisions and timing. If you want to keep more money, more of your money in 2026, you don't wait for the tax man. You must be proactive. You prepare before the tax man arrives. Now, let's look at some of the ways you will save money in 2026. The first one, understand this first. That is, taxes are not one size fits all. Your tax burden in 2026 depends on how you, your tax burden in 2026 will depend on how you earn your income. How much you earn. I need to talk more about it. You know, we have different categories of taxpayers. Salary earners is there. Self-employed or freelancer is there. Business owners, registered companies, business name or limited liability. Some people say that now that they said that companies should, any company that is turnover is 100 million and below will not pay any tax. Let me better go and do limited liability. Let me explain to you. Yes, it is the company that will not pay tax. You as an individual, you will still pay tax. All your staff will still pay tax. So don't just rush to say you want to do limited liability. And if you register a limited liability, you know you have to register with PROMAS in FIRS, and the filing and the requirements for limited liability is more tedious than that of self-employed or business owner. Okay, now, so you must understand this, that not one size fits all. If you are a salary earner, know what you're supposed to do. I've given an example, know your deductions and cross-check with your people in accounts. If you're a business owner, keep your business separate from your personal account and keep all your records. In fact, most of you business owners, you don't make profit. I was asking somebody once, I say, the business not doing well. I say, you are even not doing well at all, because every month I notice that you don't deduct rent. You are paying so much for rent in the office, and when you calculate all your expenses for the month, you don't impute that part of rent. So if you do your calculation very well, even if it is a business name, at the end of the year, you realize that you might even be having a loss. And once you have a loss, nobody will come and charge you tax. Or if it is NGO, know what is required of you. If it is your business is to collect VAT, know all the VATable items, know all the tax items for withholding taxes, and prepare for it. Don't just go blindly, say you want to just go and register a limited liability company. If you register it and you still do not keep your record very well, you might still run into the taxman's problem. Number two. So before I look at number two, remember, to reduce your tax burden, you must first understand which group you belong to. And once you know that very well and how the law treats your income, you are home and dry. Then number two, the new filing system is designed to punish disorganization. I talked about that before. Because 2026 will be the first year under the Nigerian Tax Administration Act, and the law is very clear. If you miss a deadline, you pay penalty and it's automated. If you fail to remit, you pay interest. If you don't keep records, the taxman will give you estimated tax, and it's always very high. If you ignore filing, the system will flag it up automatically. So why wait to get into all of that? So the new system is automated, so don't wait for anything. What you're supposed to do it and do it well, and confirm that it is done. Then you avoid penalties, avoid interest, avoid harassment from the taxman. This means that the only people who will enjoy more in terms of tax in 2026 are the only people who will pay more, or not enjoy more. Those people who will suffer, who will pay more, are those people who do not understand the law, do not understand the rules, those people who do not fight properly, those people who do not structure their businesses, those people who do not keep compliant records. They will suffer. For those of you who are here, who are properly informed, and you are living here with that decision to clean up your books, to keep your records well, then you will keep more money to yourself. You will claim more deductions. You will pay less. You avoid penalties. You build a tax efficient business. And building a tax efficient business can also help you to even access loan because your credit rating will become high. Okay? That is why this webinar is very important so that you become aware, because being unaware in 2026 will be too expensive. How do you save more money? Number three, know the deductions you are actually allowed to claim. I'm emphasizing this again because it is important. I am speaking from experience. Many of us do not know and we do not claim. Look at the major ones I mentioned before. For business owners, self-employed, rent for your business premises, claim it. Internet, data for your business, claim it. When you buy phone or laptop or computer or on any working tools for your business, claim it. You go for training and courses, claim. When even transportation for your business with your receipts, claim. Staff salaries, marketing and advert, you pay for advert to market your business, claim. Bank charges, they are deductible. Business tools, subscription to clubs or organizations that are related to your business, they are tax deductible. You buy books or software for your business growth, they are deductible. You did repairs and maintenance, they are deductible. Even your asset depreciation, capital allowance, they are all deductible. Please, these ones will legally reduce your taxable profit to almost zero. I'm telling you. And if you are a salary earner, like I said before, know what you're supposed to do. Especially, you can benefit so much in benefit in kind. So you have benefit in kind, negotiate your benefit in kind very well as a salary earner, minimize tax benefits, claim your rent allowance, claim your pension, claim your national housing fund, claim your life insurance relief, cross-check with your computation unit in your HRO and account if you are a salary earner, and that will help you to know the deductions and make sure that they are actually there for you. Then also reduce your tax by choosing the right structure. Reduce your tax by choosing the right structure. Your structure determines how much you keep. For example, if you hope to raise funds and venture capital, then a limited liability company is good for you. But be up and doing with your PROMAS, like I said, PROMAS and all the regulations that FRS, which you turn to NRS, will give to you. Because if you fail, company income tax does not stop you from paying your personal income tax. I told you that. But just know that you pay your personal income tax, your staff will pay their own, and you must be up to date with PROMAS, with all the regulations, all the filing regulations in FIRS or NRS. Even if you are not paying, you still file a new return. So for not filing new return, you can also be reprimanded. So take note of that. Another way to save big is use the 31st March rule to protect you. I've talked about
Hello, sir. We can't hear you at all. We can't.
Sir, you are muted, so please I'll mute your call so that we can listen to what they are saying.
So we cannot hear you, sir.
Hello, Mr. Eagle. We can't hear you at all. You're muted or so. Or maybe your network is bad.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can now.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Sorry about that.
Yes, we can hear
Okay,
you now,
sorry
sir.
about that.
Yes, we can now.
Okay, so where sorry, can you remind me where you heard me last?
Where you were talking, where you were talking about the deductible that can be allowed. You are repeating that part of the deductions that can be allowed.
Start with number three entirely.
Oh, number 3.
Yes.
Yes.
That claimable.
Yes, number 3.
Okay, fine. So number 3 says, know the deductions you are actually allowed to claim. It's very important that we know those deductions. Like I said before, it is important that you know them because many of us do not even know them and we do not claim. For example, if you are a business owner and self-employed, you can actually claim deductions on your rent for business, internet, even your internet and data claim. You bought phone or device for your business, you can claim. Staff salaries, you can claim. Transportation, you can claim. Bank charges, you can claim. Your business, you pay for subscription for training for your business, you can claim. Repair and maintenance, you can claim. Utilities, you can claim. That is number 3. So know those ones and make sure you claim them. These can legally reduce your taxable profit to almost 0. I hope you guys are hearing me.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, so that is number 3. Then number 4. Number 4 is reduce your tax burden by choosing the right structure. Your structure determines how much you keep. Okay? Tax offices will not take your word. So, so just make sure you follow the right structure. And when we're talking about the right structure, what we are trying to say here is that if it is a business name, then know that it is a business name. And make sure that you just follow it through. Okay? And you should also know that, for example, if you want to raise funds for venture capital, I would say limited liability company is good for you. But if you are going for limited liability company, you know you have to update in PROMAS, update with FRS, and there are a lot of filing requirements, whether you are paying tax or not, that you must comply with. If not, it will still amount to penalties and charges. So know the right structure you are choosing. And like I said earlier, even if it is a business name and you remove all those deductions, at the end, you will not even make profit. And if you are not making profits, nobody will tax you. So that is number 4. Number 5 is use the 31st March rule to protect yourself. All individuals, including the freelancers, the sole proprietors, self-employed persons, use the 31st March rule. That is, before 31st, you must file in, because if you miss, penalty will apply. You will lose the opportunity to claim certain reliefs. The tax authority will now estimate something very high, which is not good. Number 6, it's an emphasis again, do not mix personal and business money. When you mix them, it is equals to higher tax, because tax authority will assume every money is your own. So to save you more money, open a dedicated business account. Business owners, please place yourself on salary and reflect it in your records. Track income and expenses. Use invoices and receipts. Keep proper records. It will reduce tax burden significantly. Then number 7, use monthly filing to your advantage. Okay? For example, for VAT, 21st of the next month you must remit. Withholding tax, 21st of the next month you must remit. Payee, 10th of the following month, the employers must remit. And also employers for payee, 31st of January, you must also remit what we call your Form H1, which is for the 12 months of the previous year. So do all of that and make sure that nobody comes to disturb you. Then even small businesses in FRS, by June, make sure you file your reports and your returns, and make sure everything follows suit so that you can avoid interest, avoid penalty, avoid audit, avoid estimated tax. Okay. So the next thing is, what must you do before this almighty 2026? No cause for alarm. So like I said, choose the right structure, separate business and personal account, track every expense, know which deductions apply to you, file on time, especially 31st of March and monthly filings, keep proper books, income and expenses, have proofs like receipts, stay aware of the Nigerian Tax Administration Act rule by clearing with every taxman. Once you are in doubt, make sure you clear with taxman. I'm also a taxman, you can clear with me. Avoid anything that leads to estimation or best of judgment. If you do this consistently, you can save thousands, even millions legally. Okay. Now, do you have some rights? Yes, as a taxpayer. The new rights as a taxpayer are this. You have right to information and transparency. You have right to fair assessment and appeal. I'm even quoting the different sections of the laws for you. You have right to protection from harassment. Nobody should come and harass you. You have right to confidentiality. You have right to correct errors and get refunds. You have right to representation and professional advice. You have right to equal treatment across states. Then in case of dispute, the tax office is there as your defender. Tax appeal tribunal is also there, fast, fair, and digital. Then alternative dispute resolution. These are all ways, these are your rights and dispute mechanisms that are available to you. We'll soon take questions. So let's now look at the last thing I want to say. What are the tax reform practical next steps? I want to talk about the tax ID. Somebody was asking me, I have Lagos State payer ID. Can I also get it? I said, you can get both. It's not about too much. Me, I have my team. and have Lagos State Payer ID, and you want to get your team, that is the link. You don't need to pay anybody. In less than 5 minutes, you get your team. Then if you do not have taxpayer ID, for example, if you are in Lagos, this is the process to go through it, log in to eTax. It's very user-friendly, and you can get your taxpayer ID. Or you want to reset your password, this is how to go about it. We are talking about what to do before 2026, preparedness. I call this one the 3 arrows of responsible tax citizenship. Make sure you register, that is, you get your digital tax ID together, okay? Join the system. We also said report, that file your returns truthfully and on time, avoid penalties, keep records of income, expenses, and payment, review your rights, appeal unfair taxes. They send you any letter within 30 days, reply, and if you need to engage a consultant, you can engage. That I say you can do it yourself, but if you need to engage, you stay empowered and save yourself a lot of embarrassment and money. The last one is reevaluate. This is very important. Strategies, structures, invest in compliance technology, embrace the reform spirit, and that is fairer taxes for national development. Always stay informed. And I will also say, make our time to comprehensively study the new tax laws. You have them everywhere. Take time to go through it. All of us, we are learning it, and knowledge is power. Okay, so we are not, we are wrapping up, but we are actually just beginning, because there is this section 199 of the Nigerian Tax Administration talks about what we call the okay, we are just beginning, because that section is not showing there, but section 199 talks about everything you've done before now is not cancelled, so it applies. Also, the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reform Committee, they are working with stakeholders to issue detailed implementation guidelines to explain some gray areas. So don't be afraid. So based on our review of all those different challenges that you have, we just realized that these 2 hours will not be enough to explain to some of us, but we have given you enough tool to run with. But we now felt that there is need for you to do some hands-on practical exercises. So with that, we are thinking of organizing a challenge before Christmas to consolidate what you have learned. If you are interested in that, then we are thinking of it for you, because look at it. 185 of us say that we are having challenges with tax filing and compliance. We are also having challenges in bookkeeping and record. We are also having challenges on financial planning, understanding government policies, payroll, and business registration. So we just felt we can run a challenge for you. After everything you have learned tonight, how confident are you feeling about running it on your own? But if you still need us to help you, this is what we have in mind. From on the 15th to from 15th of this month to 21st, we are having what we call the 7-day pay less tax challenge. And in just that 7 days, we will go deeper. You will have recordings, you will have lectures, and if you are going to send them to you on your own, you can have time to keep going through them. In those 7 days, you understand your taxes completely. You will practically calculate, help you try to calculate, identify your deductions, be able to start keeping your records, avoid penalties, clean up your record, protect yourself, stop overpaying, gain confidence, and start 2026 in full control. So that challenge is perfect for salary earners, small business owners, freelancers, online earners. influencers, traders, coaches, SMEs, anyone afraid of tax, that challenge is designed for you. And inside that challenge, these are some of the things that we cover into two, and you have all the materials. It is going to be hands-on, a lot of practical. Like I said, you have the lectures, you have the recording, and I will be there to guide you. It is only those that will be in the challenge that I can continue to guide, because you cannot keep reaching out to me if you are not in the challenge. Now, before we go into question and answers, let me tell you a little more about the challenge. Once you join the challenge, you have this free ebook. It is called the Nigerian Tax Reform plus 30 frequently asked questions. It's already there. You will get it. If you join the challenge, you will have 1 hour one-on-one call session with me. We will do clarity call, everything about your tax and your business. Will handle that, and the date is 15th to 21st of December. That is from Upper Monday. So what are the values we are bringing in this course? We are saying that, for example, how to pay tax. If I'm to do this training I just done for you now, the value is nothing less than 50,000. If you are to buy that book, that ebook, frequently asked question, the value is 5,000. If you have to do the 7-day pay less challenge, because it is detailed, each day should cost nothing less than 30,000. One-on-one call for me, and I'm going to take only the first 10 that will register. That will cost 150. So we are looking, and again, continuous support will be unquantifiable. We are looking at the whole of that is 415,000. But I'm not going to charge you that. If you have to do all of this, can somebody tell me how much you think you should be able to pay? Let me hear somebody. If you are with me on this, put in the chat box. Let me hear. Let me go to the comment section and find out what somebody is saying. Am I talking to myself? Yes. Oh, they just said he will pay 50. Louis Odom said he will pay free for all of these things. So you want me to go back to the village and be spending all the time? Louis Odom. Okay, they just said he will pay 50. Who else again? Okay. Instead of 450, I'm going to charge you only 40,000. So you will not even pay 50. Oh, Wallace said that you will even do 100,000. Don't worry, Wallace. I'm going to charge you only 40,000 naira. And even if you attend the course and you think it is a fluke, I will refund your money. That's what I do in all our training. You will get your money back. You will get your money back. 40,000 naira for the challenge. But to respect your coming today, we have a limited time offer. Anybody that is interested in that challenge, we call it the earliest bird offer. As we are speaking now, between now and 12 midnight today, instead of 40, we reduce it by 50%. Then can you just let's listen? So if you make a commitment now, instead of paying 40,000 naira, you pay 20,000 naira and you are in. And for the first 10, you also, with your 20,000 naira, have a one-on-one coaching call with me. My project manager will meet with you and you fix a date. So if you are interested in that, that is the account details. That is the WhatsApp number for our project manager. And the first 10 who can do that between now and 12 midnight today, you will pay 20,000 naira. Now, if you miss that, from tomorrow, it will be 25,000 naira, which is still fair. But that will be till December 10th. No, the program is coming up 15th. After December 10th, it will go straight to 40,000 naira. So whichever you fall into, it will be fine. But if you say you are okay with all we have learned, that will be fine. At least I have tried my best. And remember, with your joining the 7-day tax-free challenge, you will have today's recording, you will have today's slides together with everything in the challenge. Okay? But if you do not join, the recording is not going to be given to you for free, neither the slides. If you want, like I said, the regular is from 12 midnight up to 20 midnight 14th. That is the regular. But if you need only the replay and ebook, it's 10,000 naira. So whichever one, the ball is in your court. So let's take questions. Then we will wrap up. How many minutes do we have more? We will wrap up. Questions. Let me go to the comment section. The truth is that I'm not seeing all the comments now. Okay, so let's. Can you unmute and ask your questions while I try to check those comments at the comment section? No questions?
Good evening,
Okay,
sir.
Emeka, okay, let's hear you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Thank you very much for this in-depth knowledge. Indeed, I've been attending online webinar for this new tax law. Honestly, I'm home and dry with you. You know that you have the depth, the understanding of the whole thing, and you really break it down. That I can say that I'm even having a bearing and confidence with what I've learned tonight. Thank you very much, sir. But I want to get a clarity about VAT. All this issue of the tax law, with small business will also be paying VAT.
Okay, thank you so much. What I will just say is that there are a lot of
You are muted, sir.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? Emeka?
Yes, I can hear you.
You can hear me, okay. Now, for VAT, if you buy a VATable item, you cannot dodge it, you will pay VAT. But if your business is not to charge VAT, you will not charge VAT. And that does not mean you will not be doing your remittances. What I will advise is that there is a list of VATable items and non-VATable items. You can actually get them, but if not, you can send me a DM. I will look for the list and send to you. But there will be no much change from what it is now, even when we enter into the new tax regime. You know, I was telling somebody, it was like, you remember Millennium Bug of 1990 and 2000. It is a gradual process. There is nothing to really be fret about. So that's what I would say about that for you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Emeka, did you hear me? Hello?
Yes, yes, sir. I heard you.
We can hear
I
you,
can
sir.
hear you
We
now,
can
sir.
hear you.
Sir, my question is this. You talked
Hello?
about, can you hear
Emeka,
me? Sir,
did you hear me?
yes, I heard you.
Okay, thank you. All right, so let me see if I can see some of the questions here.
Sir, Emeka has not asked his question.
Okay. Can you speak up, please, if you want to ask?
Sir, my question is this. You said we can claim our transport fares. They are deductible.
Yes.
And you know, these transporters, they don't give you receipts. How does one do it? Because most of us spend heavily on transport.
Okay. All right, so it is only if, for example, maybe you have a receipt. It will be difficult to claim if you do not have a receipt. It will be difficult, but if you have a receipt, as maybe you have a car, or maybe if you have this bus system where you buy bulk receipt. But if it's on those small change, sorry, it will be difficult for you to claim on that. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So who else again? And remember, the offer is still on. If you want to join and get my one-on-one. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. If someone is to get a house, will the person pay VAT?
Or if one
to rent an apartment.
Okay, if you rent an apartment, I didn't get it very clearly. No, if you rent.
If I just want to rent an apartment.
If you want to rent an apartment, you know, it is not you that is paying the VAT. It is the estate agent that is charging the VAT. So if the estate agent is charging, you can pay. But if you also have a business, you can claim it as input and output VAT.
Okay.
The way you claim on it, yes.
Hello, sir.
All right. Yes.
What percentage is the VAT, please? Is it 7.5?
Yes, 7.5. It didn't change. It didn't change.
All
right.
Hello, sir.
All right. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
My question is on, you talk about repair and maintenance. How can someone use repair and maintenance as a VAT deductible?
A tax deductible, yeah.
Yes, I'm just being cross about that.
Okay, fine. You can only use it, like I've been saying, if it is done in the name of the company. So you are doing repair and maintenance and you have the business name, let them not give you receipts in your name. It should be in the name of the business. And then you can use it when you are computing. The beautiful thing about this is that even if the business name, right now, the graduated rate is not for payee only, it's PIT graduated rate, personal income tax graduated, so it can also be used and then you can benefit from it. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
I sent a question on chat, but let me make the question here, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, a friend of mine is asking that in respect of money sent to him by a brother of his in abroad who is helping to carry out the project, like building projects. That would that money be taxed at his income, and how would the tax authority know that is not his money? Then two, a friend of mine again engaged in this ajo, office ajo.
Yeah.
So I hope you understand what I mean.
Yes.
They pay to his account. Once it's your turn, she will send to you. So, and her income is let's say less than 1.2. But because of those inflow of money, she's scared that she'll be taxed based on those money. So I need more clarification, sir.
All right. Thank you so very much for that question. For the inflow that is coming in, what I've been asking people is that it would be nice if that brother open an account, maybe in his name, and then he authorized this other person as signatory, so that it will be clear that it is not his money. Okay, but if it comes in as an inflow and the narration did not even support it, it will be difficult for him to say it is not his income, because you as a taxman know that now the law says it is global income. Income you receive from anywhere in the world. As long as you are resident in Nigeria, you will pay tax on it. It's a total income after your deductions. That is what I will advise. Then for the Ajo own too, can't they open an account for that? If not, then in the narration should state clearly that something Ajo, and then you'll be able to or contribute something contribution, and even the movement you also show. Then in the time of computing his income and expenses to deduct from to do a tax deduction, then that will be explained. But also to avoid that, if they can open a kind of group account where the money goes to, that will also save them, because all this issue of you are there and just everybody paying money in now, one need to be very, very careful on that. Otherwise, if they charge you too much, then you should be able to spread it to other people. So everybody will not pay the tax. I saw a question, I said, is gift taxable? Gift is not taxable. When you send money to your child in school, it's not taxable. When you as a student, you receive money for upkeep, it's not taxable. When you send money to your parents for upkeep, it's not taxable. When you as a parent, you receive money, it's not taxable. But all of those should be properly narrated. Don't just say money to mommy. Are you getting it? Just put the mommy upkeep, school fees for something maintenance for. It's not taxable. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Please, I want to ask this question regarding business name.
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, now those ones that are business name,
yes,
you said they are deductible. Are they going to prepare an audited account?
No. You don't.
So how would they now deduct those allowances and now pay the remaining taxable income?
See, it is very easy. What is being encouraged is that you are going to self-assess. That is why, you remember, if you joined earlier when we started, I said that those 25 million monthly reports on your inflow, those 100 million for inflow for company, 25 million for individual, that banks are doing remittance on, nobody is taxing that amount. Now, when you now self-assess, you fill the form yourself, you put on your evidences, you don't need any audited report. When you now self-assess, it will be mirrored with what record they have. Then you can now they will now agree with you and you pay your tax. And in case you have all your evidences and one taxman want to harass you, the ombuds office is there. Within 14 days, they will attend to your to you. You don't need audited account as
that's for business name or not limited liability.
Yes, you don't need the audited account, but for limited liability, you will need account.
Okay, so business name now you can also file online.
Yes, everything is online. No, business name is just like individual now. Are you getting it?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, that is it.
Good evening.
That question, where do we do our filing? Okay. Sorry, let me take this first. Maker.
I think the question I want to ask. I think that's the question I want to ask.
Okay, so let me take it. How do we do our filing monthly at tax offices, or is there a website where? Yes, I don't. Emeka, where are you calling from? Which state? Okay,
Well,
from
me, I'm calling from Ibadan.
From Ibadan. I think every state have their systems updated. So, but like I have been saying, we must get ready before 2026. You go and find out from them. For Lagos State, I know very well, and I also worked and retired from Lagos Internal Revenue Service. Since 2020, you can actually, from the comfort of your home, do your filing through e-tax in Lagos State. But you, if you're not in Lagos State, find out, go to the tax office or call them and tell them, how do I do my filing? I know all the states are gearing up towards upgrading their system so that they will fall in line into automation, because if they are not properly automated, they will not also benefit from the flow from Joint Revenue Board, from the flow from Nigerian Revenue Service. That is the way I will answer that. Okay. How do I move my tax? Suppose I no longer reside where I first registered my TIN. Your TIN is unique to you because it is through your BVN. So whether you are in Lagos or not, your TIN is the same thing. And the Joint Revenue Board is working to unify tax payment system all across. Even the tax consultants now, they are trying to make sure that tax consultants are registered just once and they can go and do tax consulting anywhere. So your TIN is unique to you, whether you are in Lagos or not. It's only if you are in Lagos that you have your Lagos, your taxpayer ID, which is only for Lagos. But that's why I said, even if you have taxpayer ID, you go and get your TIN. That one is unique to you. All right. Thank you, Okwo. How many minutes do we have to call this meeting? Okay, we have just about 10 minutes. Okay, we can take some questions. Any more questions?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yes. My wife is into POS business and she's registered, just ordinary company. Now, I want to know how this tax opportunity is applicable to her.
She says she's into POS business.
Yes, yes. You know, people transfer money here and there. They use their ATM to collect. How is she going to be taxed?
Okay, fine. That is a very good question. Now, is she using it as a business name, or is it in her name?
Yes, she has a business name.
Okay, so
just ordinary business name.
Okay. So thank you, Femi. So what we happen is that all those transfers and payments, those are entries for our business, just like cost of running business. It is the commission that comes at the end that will be taxed. But you should take note of all of that, and I will advise that it's not be too crowded. It should be updating our rate of weekly and monthly, so that it will be very clear. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So there's no problem. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Wallace was saying.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Let's listen to Rukayat. Yeah, Rukayat.
All right, good evening, sir. Thank you so very much for this insightful webinar.
Thank you.
All right, my question is that for the relief that you said we have for individual.
Yes.
So if the company are not considering it for their employees,
yes,
can we just get one or two as a person, and how do we go about it? I mean, the pension scheme, the life assurance, and whatsoever.
Yes, if you want to do, for example, life assurance is not your organization that will do it for you, but you do it yourself. You get life policy, but make sure it is an approved, life assurance organization. Then your premium that you pay every month is what you will submit to your accounts people that they will use to deduct, and it is on preceding year bill. The premium you paid from January to December 2025, that's what they will use to compute your tax deduction for 2026. So that is for life assurance. But if it is contributory pension, it is you and your organization. You pay 8% of that amount. I think basic salary, housing, and transport. Then your organization will pay 10%. And that amount that you contributing, it is also a relief. It will reduce your tax. Thank you, Rukaya. Yes, Wallace, you're saying that the individual have team. Yes, use that link that I sent you, and you have your with your BVN. You can also get your individual team. Thank you, Wallace. Yes, Olu. There's one other hand. Olupo. Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir. My first, yes, I know when you are making payments that for PE you have N for Lagos State. Are you saying that if I go to other states, that's N, that's my payer ID number, also be useful in other states, or I need to create, like you said, this joint tax board? Are they going to create?
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
For me.
Yes.
I use wherever I go, irrespective of where I work in any part of the state or any part of the country.
Okay. Thank you. Your question is very clear. The Joint Tax Revenue Board, they are already working on synchronizing all different states' taxpayer ID into one tax ID, not even team. It will be called tax ID. But the time and how they are going to synchronize it is not your headache. They will do it, and you will just be upgraded and say your tax ID is now this. Even in Lagos, they will still tell you your tax ID is now this. But if you are in Lagos up until the time I am speaking now, the Lagos taxpayer ID is still tenable. But you cannot use it in another state because if you want to do personal income tax there, it is for that different state. But if it is team is general for now. Thank you. I think, is there any other, our time is up. And if you don't forget the offer, if you want to join the pay tax-free 7-day challenge, 20,000 naira, you are in. You also have my one-on-one consultation, because after yes.
Yeah, I want to ask, all these investments, mutual benefit investment, are they part of the relief?
Yes. All this annuity, yes, they are all part of the relief.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Luis. Okay. So, yep. Any other? Do I still need taxpayer ID despite having team if I move to Lagos? If you move to Lagos and you want to do anything with Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, you will still need your taxpayer ID for now. Thank you, Okwo. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen, do you still have any question? So you can drop your hand.
I have a question, sir.
Okay, Moturayo, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, so like I have learned that as a school, if your income, I run a school, a nursery school.
Yeah.
So we've learned that if your income is less than a particular amount, you do not need to pay. Do you just decide that on your own, or you still have to consult or meet with a consultant to decide that, okay, this is the level, so we are not paying?
Yes,
or we are not eligible to pay? Who does that? That's a demarcation, or what do I call it now?
Okay.
That's my question, sir. Yes, sir.
Your school is a limited liability, isn't it?
It's a limited liability, yes.
Okay. So if your total turnover for the year is not up to 100 million, you will not pay that. So you know what your turnover is. That is from the first 10, second 10 to January to December. If it's not up to 100 million, then if your total assets asset as in the school chairs, the building, the cars, everything put together, it's not up to 250 million, you will not pay tax. But it is not with my mouth the way I'm saying it. You need to make sure you get the records. So if you want us to help you do it together, I'm here as your brother. I can send any of my team can help you just ID that record. Then you are home and dry. I think you also know that going forward, your school fees you don't charge VAT again. Oh, your parents you don't charge VAT because they don't want parents to pay more money, so you don't charge VAT for school fees or any school material anymore. Okay.
Yes, I wasn't even charging that before. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Join our challenge and we'll handhold you more and we'll talk more. Okay?
Yes, sir. I'll do that. Yeah.
Anybody that did not join my challenge, as we close in the next few minutes, don't call me. I will not answer. I've given enough. This lecture, like I said, if I'm to charge each person, you will pay nothing less than 50,000. It is my Christmas gift to you. And I want to wish you a happy Christmas. For those of you who are joining in, we will see in the class, and you book your one-on-one 1 hour session. I will stay with you. We'll look at your records. I'm also a leadership coach. Look at your organization and see how we can help you pull through to 2026 without stress. All right. So I respect you for giving me 2 hours at a time. The Lord will bless you. The Lord will keep you. The Lord will cause his face to shine upon you. Be gracious unto you. 2026 will be better than 2025 in any way, in any form. Thank you so much.
Amen. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
God bless you. Bye-bye. So you have our details. If you want to pay now, you want to pay tomorrow or till that 15th, reach out to us. Our number is there, our account details are there, and God will bless you. Have a tax-free 2026. Bye-bye. Is there a link checking more information? The only link to check more information is to join our tax challenge. Any other thing from now, and not con Lagos, con look bridge. So the link is when you join the challenge, then you are with more details. All right. Daniel, God bless you.
We don't come Lagos, con look bridge.
Have you last week? God bless you. I hope you enjoyed the session. All right.
What your heart is thinking is what.
Thank you, Mr. Ivo. Beautiful section.
Hey, my brother, God bless you. Are you joining the challenge?
Yes, I will join the challenge.
Okay, so you have the details already with you?
Yes, I have the details. I will join the challenge.
Thank you. Thank you, Wallace.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.